Good afternoon, everyone. This is David with Bolivar Live. Well, I promise you're not going to have to look at that snow video again because we're in the studio and we're coming to you live. That's right. We're going to make this quick. We had trouble with the internet and had to reset everything. Want to thank Chris with RTA for getting on the phone with me and walking me through everything. But we're going to look at, we've got some new models out, some new timing. And so wanted to go over everything. It's going to be a late night. In fact, I've got coffee going here. We're going to go home, eat some homemade soup that Chris made me. And then we're going to come back up here probably about midnight, 1 o'clock, and start watching to see when the snow's going to start. I've got a pretty good idea. I think it's going to start between 2 and 3:30. I don't think we're going to have, or I'm hoping that we don't have any ice. I think it's going to be snow, but I can tell you tomorrow morning, make sure you have your phone charged up and your camera ready because you're going to want to get pictures of your kids. I think we could have 4 inches of snow down here without a problem, and I'm going to show you real quick some storm warnings and stuff. Here's a winter storm warning. It came out at 2:18 this afternoon, in effect from 6 p.m. tonight to 6 p.m. tomorrow. And, you know, by now you should have your pipes wrapped. You know, if you're going to drip your water, make sure you check your water and make sure you keep everything on if you can, or at least flush it through when you get up in the middle of the night. But you can see that we could have accumulations of up to 6 inches or over possible. And it all depends on how these bands go through. It's sort of like rain. If you get in one of them bands, you're going to have a whole lot of rain. Now, timing. And this came out at 4 o'clock. They're saying, you know, this evening it begins, and I think it's going to be more tomorrow morning as far as the snow after 12 o'clock tonight. Peak from 12 a.m. to noon Tuesday. I think it's gonna start, and I'm not a weather person. This is my opinion. I think it's gonna start, you know, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. We may see a few flurries before then, and then really get heavy, you know, about 6, 7 o'clock, probably 7 o'clock, and then it'll really pour down. And so we're going to look at some models and stuff here coming up. Now, extreme cold, and this is important. I was outside, been in and out all day, and I can tell you I've gone to my heavier jacket. I've got blue jeans on. I've got socks and shoes, and typically I'm a shorts and flip-flops guy unless it gets really cold. Well, it's really cold. And so take care of yourself. Check on your neighbors. You know, watch your heaters inside. If you don't have a central unit, especially if you're using some of the smaller heaters, make sure you have some ventilation and stuff in there. Now, snow amounts. This came out at 2 o'clock. They probably won't have another report tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we'll get a new one. By then, it's going to be happening, and we'll have a pretty good idea on how much. A lot of businesses are shut down tomorrow, both here on Bolivar and Beaumont, but they're calling 4 to 6 inches. Now, when you get over to Beaumont, Lake Charles, and on that other direction, they're going to have some more. In fact, Chris has family over in Louisiana. Yep, I married me a Cajun. And some of them could get 8 to 10 inches they were showing earlier. So this is the latest HAR report, and they're showing on Galveston Island 5.1 inches. And I don't, man, if we got 5 inches, that'd be a lot. But it could happen. And so we're going to look at the GFS now, and they're showing 4 to 8 inches. But look at that over towards Beaumont. When you get into the pink, the 11.6 inches, and it goes up from there over into Louisiana. And so they're really going to get a lot of snow, or predicted to. For us, you know, in blowing snow, it may pile up somewhere. And so just, man, it's winter time. take care of yourself. Watch. In fact, I've got to take Gabby down the stairs tomorrow. We bought salt, and we're going to put salt on the steps tonight. In case it rains or the snow gets on it, it'll go ahead and help melt it. And then we'll watch it tomorrow. But real quick, I did talk to TxDOT, and the Bolivar Ferry should run its regular schedule through the night and into tomorrow. And, you know, if wind picked up or something happened, they may have to shut down for a little bit, and it's for the safety of their crew and you being on board. But right now, it's scheduled to run regular schedule. Remember, this is just like any weather event. If you have a medical condition where you may need to get off, because if we have snow, freeze, and drizzle, a lot of times the helicopters can't fly, and the bridge, good possibility that the Highland Bridge may become impassable or will become impassable at some point during this. And so the only way off the Bolivar Peninsula would be the ferry. And so if you have a medical condition where you need to be able to get to a hospital immediately, you might want to go to Galveston and stay tonight, maybe Winnie and stay tonight. But that way you're not here and putting medical emergency personnel in harm's way. I talked to Doug earlier at the ESD and Kate. Everything's scheduled. They do have an extra crew coming in tonight. I think they were coming in at 5:30, and so they'll have an extra crew on the ground down here. I talked to Danny with the Sheriff's Department. Everything's standard with them. And so if you're out tonight, be careful, especially early tomorrow morning. We're going to be out and about throughout the night. I'll be in the office some, be out on the road, shooting video, doing what I do, but I will be careful. And I've driven in snow quite a bit. So that's a lot. My dad used to say, because he's from Missouri, man, people don't know how to drive on snow. Well, in Texas, it's not that much that you get it. So I did talk to Energy, and I reported this earlier, that they do have personnel on Bolivar Peninsula. They're staying here. They have linemen and substation techs here. And right now they're going to stay through Wednesday, maybe a little bit longer if they needed to. But that way they have someone on the ground. And I know Centerpoint was doing the same thing on Galveston Island in case there was a problem with the Galveston Causeway and they couldn't get on the island for a little bit. They have personnel that they're staging on Galveston Island, and Energy is staging people here. And I want to thank Energy and TxDOT. I know the bridge in Highland was sprayed today at one point. And so we're going to take a break now for part of the evening, go home, spend a little time with Chris and Gabby, get some of that homemade soup. Chris made some vegetable soup day before yesterday. It's unbelievable. In fact, the last two pots, she made a pot of gumbo when we were up at my mom's or around Christmas time. It was phenomenal, the best she's made, and she makes some good gumbo. Can't you tell? And some vegetable soup. And I had a bowl for lunch today when I went home for a little bit, and I'm going to have another bowl tonight. Probably going to bring Anthony and myself some up here for tomorrow. So we plan on being here. We're going to be here. We're going to be out and about on Bolivar, letting you see what it looks like. If the wind's not too bad, we may even try and get Coastal One up tomorrow morning and give you a bird's eye view from above of the snow here on the beachfront on Bolivar Peninsula. Remember, take care of your pipes, take care of your pets, take care of your plants, check on loved ones. If anyone needs heat down here, please ask for help. If not, get hold of us, and we'll try and help you as much as we can. If warming centers open up, I hadn't gotten any report of one yet. I know when I talked to Malcolm at Port Bolivar Volunteer Fire Department, he said they would open if power went out. And so hopefully that doesn't happen, but I can tell you Energy's down here if it does. So we're going to head on out. We'll keep you updated throughout this Enzo winter storm here on the upper Texas coast, actually through southeast Texas and into Louisiana. If you haven't found Eric Graves, meteorologist, on Facebook, make sure you go and check out his page. He does live feeds and he explains everything on these charts. I love talking to him and I've learned a lot from him. And so make sure you find him on Facebook. And we'll be back either tonight if we need to break in with some news on something. If not, we'll be here first thing in the morning letting you know exactly what's happening here on the upper Texas coast. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Stay safe and watch out going down them stairs with ice. God bless and bye-bye.